If you used any computer or mobile app recently, hello, that's all of us. You've probably been asked if you wanted to switch the dark mode. Maybe you immediately made the switch and felt your eyes relax. Maybe you didn't, and it made you wonder if this dark rays makes any difference at all to your eyes. The short answer to this question, like many things in science, the quick answer is maybe. Stay tuned, cause this is Rebound Box. A lot of factors are at play when it comes to the relative lightness and darkness of your screen. Consider a shift that might happen over the course of the day and the content you consume. In the morning, maybe even before the sun rises, you might read the news. That means dark surroundings and a bright white screen. During the day, maybe you work on spreadsheets or Word documents in bright light, and at night you might browse Netflix on a dark screen background amid your dark surroundings. These circumstances play differently in terms of the strain they cause on the eyes. Scientists tend to take their base rule from your typical middle of the day work: light screen, dark text, bright surroundings. That's how most of our screen looked before advent of dark mode. In the middle of the day, when surrounding light is high, dark text on light screen is ideal. In many of the few studies on this subject, researchers found that the pupil read more easily and retain more information when text is formatted this way. Contrast makes details easy to understand, and study authors noted that the most readers are used to reading dark on light anyway. Another reason a white background makes things easier to read comes down to the biology of human eye. White reflects all of the colors on the spectrum, which means that a white background keeps the pupil from opening wide to let in more light, which would make it harder to focus. But there's also a quirk in the human visual system that makes your eyes overreact to light objects on a dark background, which can make white text on black seem to be bleed into the page and making it harder to read. In a dark room, things seem to change. A white screen with black text certainly feels like it puts more strain on the eyes, though the science on this isn't conclusive. While you think your pupils would be sinking to pink bricks when flooded with the white background of a standard web page, at least one study found that it is not to be the case. When you compare different room brightness conditions, the size of the pupils actually changes less when people look at the dark text on light screen color scheme than it does when they look at light on dark. And like we mentioned before, a wider pupil means force focus. So even in the dark conditions, it may still be better to go with dark text on light background for longer passage of time. Still, what the limited science is and what general public seems to experience are currently two different things. Before dark mode was introduced to the larger world, gamers were the ones concerned with the eye pain in the dark. They often used special glasses to mask blue light and put ambient lights behind their screens to make their white background less painful. As screens became more ubiquitous, the more of us started to read our phones before bed. The rest of the electronics loving world started to demand a dark color scheme. I would still suggest you to go with the conventional settings as it sounds. Though the scientific verdict is still out, using a dark mode setting could possibly help your eyes hurt less when you use them in the dark. Just follow your comfort and switch things up if you start to feel strained. So until the next amazing video, keep learning and keep rebound.